What is that? Okay, y'all. So I am going to post another video that was previous before this video because my camera cut off. So I had to go live. I should have went live in the first place, but I was trying to record so I can be doing the edits and all of that good stuff. But it looks like I'm not going to be able to do that. And I don't want you guys to miss what I'm doing. So I'm going to just pop back in with what I was doing. We are working on a stitch cake for those of you who do not know. But I'm doing the ombre effect and I already started. So we're just gonna hop back into doing so. Put that back over. And I just thought of something that I did not do, and that was to chill this cake with the base blue first before I started doing the ombre effect. Hopefully, hopefully, fingers crossed, that I don't get some weird behind cake in the process of me doing this foolishness that I just did, not thinking. And it's starting. Whoops. Why, Tasha? Why did you do that? Errors and mistakes. That's all I got to say. All right, there's my 3 colors. Now, let's get my scraper. I really do think I should flip this before I start that. For the grand finale. I got tape under this. Got it? This off. Actually, flip this pastel. Let me get the board this is going on. I'd rather flip it on this board. I'm using a 12-inch round for this cake. I'll be able to move it around again if I need to. But then again, it's perfect in the place that I need it to be in. So we can take this off and peel the paper back slowly. Here. Now I'm gonna flip this way up, and let's start scraping. You guys, I need to be scraping up, and I'm scraping downward. Lucky I didn't get that far. I think I was just holding it down like this. Right. I want to go up, so let's do it this way. Yeah, that's the way I want to go. Jeez, I keep confusing myself. Well, most certainly not working out that way. Definitely gonna have to mix up some more color of icing. Please move that.
But you need it on.
No.
Why you don't need
I'm in the kitchen, Kenya.
Oh. Can I hang out with you? May I hang out with you? Mom, yes, may I hang out?
Oh, I don't need no company. Thank you though.
But I want to hang out with you. Can I see? Can I see my sister?
Can y'all please go out of the kitchen, please? Please.
Hi. Oh, you're saying something snap. Okay. Can I say hi to the video, Mommy? Mommy, can I say hi to the video? This is funny. Mommy, I want to say hi to the video.
There was definitely some discrepancy here on this cake. Some errors. But we are trying to pull through.
Stop. Stop.
Hopefully.
No.
I really don't want to mess with it again because what I will do is pull in, or do I want to leave it? I might leave it. I might leave that there. So my next thing I want to do is my edible glitter. And my pump. But before I do that, I'm going to put a bubble tea straw into my cake. And I really don't need this portion on it. So I'm gonna put this right in the center of the cake. So, because I work with frozen cakes, you guys, it's a little hard to get this one in there, but no worries. Easy fix. Something is going to be up there anyways, but that's okay. Now, that's what I was doing. This is used to put your glitter in here, and then we're gonna pump this to the cake. So to do that, you just use the little cup. You can take the straw off because you don't need it. I mean, I've seen some people use the straw, and some people don't use the straw. Because I don't want to waste any of this good old glitter. The color I am using with this Royal Blue, this is Pacific Blue Disco Dust, Diamond Disco Dust that I purchased from Amazon. Pacific Blue. I don't know if that looked blurry or not for y'all to see. Let's try it. So you want to do this, flip this upside down and hold it right where you want it and pull back the syringe and glitter where you want it to go. You may get some that fall down here, and that's okay. So what I'm going to do is catch what I see. So I still got a good amount in there. So we can turn it back over and continue. I'm going to try to point this upward so I don't get as much I need to add some more in here.
Nice cake, Mommy.
Mm-hmm.
You're a good cake maker.
I'm a good caker maker.
Yeah. You're a good caker making people cakes.
Thank you, baby.
You're welcome. I love you, Mom.
Mm-hmm.
I love Daddy. I love Daddy and you.
And what about your brother?
No, because he loves me. And yes, I do.
You must love your brother too. Come turn the table for me.
What?
Turn it slowly. Turn the table like this slowly. Wait till I tell you to turn. Go. Slowly. Slowly. Don't touch the cake.
Wow, it's glittery.
All right. Thank you. Thank you. You're such a nice helper.
You're welcome. It's glue me.
Go wash your hands and don't touch anything. All right, so we have our glitter on there.
It's sparkly. Mommy, it's
And what I'm gonna do is get my glitter pour. Whatever's left over, you're gonna pour it back into your container. Now, if you was glittering this whole cake, you might need 2 of these. Let's collect the glitter what we have because that's usable.
Now, what's next, Mom? Oh, hi.
Watch out, please.
Okay, what's next?
I said watch out, please.
But I said,
Watch
what's
out,
next?
please.
But what's next?
Nothing next for you.
Can I try that icing?
Can you back up, please?
But that's icing? That's icing?
No.
They're not icing? They're not icing?
I'm gonna set this to the side. We can
Hi.
finish that later.
Ouch.
I'm gonna let this cake chill some before we go on to the next step. Let's wipe up my board. This is the part I be hating with all the glitter everywhere. I know I could have put some parchment paper down under this. That way this would have helped me save for cleanup time. But it's okay. I don't know why I did it though, but it's all right. Once this cake get a little bit more chilled, I'll go in and clean up the rest that's at the edge. But so far, this is the ombre effect of our stitch cake. I'm gonna put this back into my fridge. Now I'm gonna do a little bit of cleaning. So when I use these boards, when I'm flipping cakes, I do not throw them away. I still use them. All I do is just clean them back off for later use for another cake. And I just clean it off like that. No sense in wasting your product. Because for one, they come back clean once you wipe them off because of the surface on here. That off to the side. Now we can go ahead and clean these. Because we're actually done with this. So I noticed when I use this scraper here, there is a number 37 on here. This is actually my first time using this. Number 37 on there. I noticed because you guys saw me flipping back and forth because I actually started up, then I went back down. So if I had the 37 facing towards me and it was down, this was the direction I was going with the cake. 37 was facing me, and this is the downward motion, which is the direction I was going with that cake. So the next thing I want to take you guys on to do to complete the next step, I'm not gonna get rid of this icing. I'm actually gonna put it in some cupcakes or something. See what cool color we get with this. Oh, it's still purple. Still lavender. So this one not much. Let's combine that with that blue one. We're almost about to wrap this up. There's not many more steps left, but I just want to show you guys how I put the stitch on and then put the rest of the decorations on top. And see me mixing in all three colors. It still kept this blue. It didn't change it that much at all. In the beginning of the video, I showed you guys how to get that nice royal blue by mixing royal blue color with a little bit of red to get that darker blue. This actually just made it a lighter blue, so it's not even the same dark blue anymore. But if I put in a dab of red, it will turn it back blue. So I'm gonna sit this off to the side. Get my hands clean back up here. We're going to work on some fondant next, which is the pieces to stitch. So I'm going to dry off this towel and toss it. Dry off the counter and toss this to the hamper. have some other pieces that's a part of this cake. But I'm going to switch to gloves. Because we're gonna roll out some fondant. So I have my fondant, my X-Acto knife, and the good old healthy Tylose powder. So I have these rubber things to go on, move this, to go on my rolling pin so we can keep an even thickness. And these just go on like that. Go ahead and get my fondant open, which I keep wrapped and I keep it in containers. And then I always work with gloves because you never know what could be on your hands when working with fondant, and you do not want that in someone's cake. Also, you're gonna need some glue, whatever type of glue you're gonna put on the fondant to stick to the fondant. So I got the Dab and Hold edible adhesive. And then I'm gonna use a thin brush. Which I can't seem to find it, but I'm just gonna use this brush right here. So I'm gonna take some fondant out, and we're gonna start working this. We're gonna get this to be pliable. See me throwing off a little hard piece that I just felt from opening this that was on the top. Now just kind of stretch it and pull it around until I don't see that elephant skin in it. Because if it pulls and you see that breakage and it looks dry, you can either tap in a little water put a little water on it and keep working it. All right. So I'm not even going to use all of this. So I really don't want to get all of this Tylose. Put all Tylose on here. But let's check something out. Sometimes I do this before I Tylose everything. Because I don't like wasting fondant if I don't need to. Fits on here, so it works. So let's go ahead and add the Tylose to this. We won't need the rest of this. Let's add a little bit more to that. Give me a little bit more room. Now I want this to get hard, so I'm gonna just pour that amount in there. If you don't like Tylose powder, you can definitely use 50% gum paste, 50% fondant. I never have a problem with working with Tylose, so. You just want to make sure this is all mixed in. All right, and we begin to roll. Even though I'm on the mat, I still turn my fondant. Now you will get some little bubbles in your fondant, so you can just poke those out. You can use a needle, you could use a toothpick. I'm using a toothpick. I'm just gonna poke that, any little spot that I see to where a stitch will be. Because I don't want that in my fondant. and just roll back over those holes to roll them out. Now, we're going to use our dab and hold, and we're going to put this on the fondant. That was a little bit too much. I'm just gonna spread this around. If you don't have dab and hold, if you don't have it's a gel. I can't think of the gel that I'm trying to say. You can use Karo syrup too. Karo syrup works just as fine. Now, to save myself some time, I'm going to continue to cut this. Cut it some. It's actually on plastic, so I'm gonna take it off the back of the plastic. See? And then we're gonna put it on the fondant. And then we're gonna go in with our X-Acto knife. And we're gonna cut stitch out. I'm gonna score what I don't need. Now the part that's the paper, even though it's edible, I'm not going to mix that back with my fondant over here, which I'm pushing it that way. And my blade is a little dull. It's not even the pointy part anymore. I could switch the blade out, but I'll do it only if I need to. So when cutting characters, you want to make sure you go in every direction in an angle, because if you don't, you would end up cutting some of the character, and then you won't have clean cuts. So this is not needed. Now we're going to move closer on his back. And sometimes I drag, or sometimes I just do mine like in a dotting motion to help me cut a precise cut so I don't mess up the lining. And then I kind of like push back in the areas where the fondant can go back, you know, neat. This is going to end up getting hard. This is actually going to sit until it dries up some. Until it hardens is what I mean. Another one we have to be precise with here, with his hair. pour that off because, yeah. So far, you see, we're coming along with him. Just have to be really careful. And I'm going to actually turn him around. Want to be careful doing this part so you don't break anything. Or move anything out of shape. If you do, just lightly rub back on top of him. Look at that. I just ripped a little bit of him on his chest, but it's all right. You still can see some of it. All right. So now he is all cut out. So I want to try to clean him up as much as possible with no white pieces of an outline. Also, another tool that I use, I will use this as well when I'm cleaning up my edges. And I use the back of this one. And that's to smooth all that fondant back together. All right, I think he's ready. So with this, I'm gonna actually lay this on the side to dry. And I just place any fondant pieces that I have on this board. When it gets hard, then I'm going to stick him on the cake with some buttercream on the back of this image. And this I'm going to toss. And I'm actually going to put this plastic on here. Let's put this out of my way. Woo. And then this is how I wrap my fondant, put it in a Ziploc bag and put it in a closed container. We're gonna leave him to dry. See? Now, some other things that we have. I can go ahead and take these off now. I want to share with you guys, because you guys are not gonna see me put the stitch on because he needs to dry overnight. But I can show you the rest of the cake details. This was purchased from a dear friend of mine. She has her own business. I'll be sure to put her down in my description box. I go to her for when I need things for my business, as far as cookie cutters, edible images, acrylics. She got you. She got you covered. So she made me this pretty acrylic. This is the birthday girl's name and the age she's turning, 16. That will be going on top of the cake. So normally when you order stuff like this, normally this is how the vendor send it to you so it don't break. For me to be cautious and I don't break it, I'm going to just cut the tape off of here. And it's in a little baggie. So pretty. And then number 16. And then you want to peel the backing off of here. Oh, it's so hard to get these things off. Anywho, I'll get that off in a minute. I'm not gonna struggle with that on camera. So the next thing we have is some balloons that's gonna go on top. I'm not gonna use this silver straw. Let's see if I have a purple one, purple and white. Here's the gold one. We could use the gold one. But we're gonna blow up these balloons. So I'm gonna go ahead and sign off. I'm gonna post a picture of this on my Instagram. If you guys are following me on my Instagram, please remember to like, rate, and subscribe. Put your comments down below. I'll be sure to show you guys more videos. Thank you for watching.